Okay, so we will begin with preface to Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada is saying in the preface that Prabhupada published, or when he came to the West, Prabhupada had Bhagavatam with him. The first canto, I think, was in 3 volumes, and he brought it with him. So when he came here to the West, he was not very well known. He was not a big person. So it so happened that somehow Macmillan, they said, we have all the books, right? We have Quran, we have all the different books, all the religious books, but we don't have Bhagavad Gita. So we will publish your Bhagavad Gita. But the thing is, we will have to limit your Bhagavad Gita because we cannot have more than 400 pages. And Prabhupada had written a big commentaries on each of the verses. So he said, we have to limit your Bhagavad Gita. We cannot have more than certain number of verses like that. So then one of the disciples of Prabhupada, he kind of made the purport short and he cut it short, and Macmillan published the book. So that's what Prabhupada is referring to, that it was cut short to less than 400 pages. Let me share my screen, or you can, yeah. So he said it was cut less than 400 pages. But Prabhupada was not happy, right? Why? Because sometimes we go to book distribution, people ask, why this is so thick, Bhagavad Gita? Can you give me a short and abridged version? So everybody wants shortcut. But then I asked them, so what are you, sir? So he said, I'm an engineer. So I said, how many books like this did you read in your engineering? Right? Alankar Prabhu, how many books did you read? You read so many thick. And if you're a doctor, you read even thicker books.
I was a commerce student, Prabhu, so I didn't
Okay.
know.
So, but still, everybody reads. So sometimes we think, yeah, we should just take shortcut, just get it done with. But if we have interest in something, then we want to read it like in detail, and we want to go it and absorb it, right? We don't want to just read for the sake of reading Bhagavad Gita. Of course, we want the essence, and time is very short. In Kali Yuga, we have very short time. So we want the essence. So, yeah, but this Bhagavad Gita is not very big. It has only 700 verses. If you read like 1 or 2 verses every day, then you'll finish it in 2 verses every day. Then in 1 year, you'll finish the whole Bhagavad Gita. So it's two verses may not take so much time. So Prabhupada was not happy that, he had to cut down the original manuscript and, you know, so he said, then I presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. And since that, when he has published Bhagavad Gita, so many parents have come, so many people have congratulated him that you did a very nice job. And Prabhupada would never take credit. He said, if I have any credit, it is because of my spiritual master. Whatever I have presented, it is because of my spiritual master. Because we learn in the parampara, so the credit goes to our predecessors, right? It is not our knowledge that we are presenting. We are speaking Krishna's knowledge. So this is a great symptom of a true devotee is that he he gives the credit to his superiors. And so Prabhupada, although he did so much, but he always said, no, it is the credit of my spiritual master. Okay. So we should not be proud about anything because we are presenting Krishna's message. We have not spoken the Bhagavad Gita. We are just presenting Krishna's message as it is. So Prabhupada says that is my credit. I have any credit, then I present it without addition or subtraction. I presented the philosophy as is. Now, we can make it more interesting for the people. We can present the knowledge in such a way that the people will understand. But you can't change the message. You can't change the message. So, so Prabhupada says our job is to present what Krishna is saying, not our own philosophy. Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna updesh. Don't give your updesh. Say what Krishna is saying. So he says, yeah, Krishna says, Manmana bhav mat bhakto. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, like that, bow down to me. So many people have taken out Krishna and they say, oh, it is not Krishna, but it is the unborn within Krishna who is speaking. So they have given an interpretation. And in this way, they have tried to kill Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita. So we accept that God is a person. So many people have problems. Mayavadis especially have a problem with this, that God has a personality. He has a form. So they say, what is a common Mayavad saying? What do they say?
Brahmasmi.
Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Yeah. So they have, Prabhupada says they made a great blunder in presenting Bhagavad Gita because they've misguided the people by giving their own philosophy in the Bhagavad Gita. So if we have a personality, why would our source not have a personality? That is the thing. Otherwise, we have something which our source does not have. That doesn't make sense. Then the source is incomplete. So actually, Krishna has both a personal aspect and an impersonal aspect. But the personal aspect is superior to the impersonal aspect. That we will see in the 12th chapter and 14th chapter in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna will speak that. So unless we accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at least theoretically, Prabhupada says in the introduction, then there is no point in reading Bhagavad Gita because it's just another book. Because it's just spoken, there are so many philosophers have written so many books. There are Karl Marx, Freud has his philosophy, Socrates, there are so many. There is a book called Dialectic Spiritualism, in which Prabhupada has defeated all the philosophies of different philosophers. Right? So there are so many philosophies floating around. But this philosophy has value because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we have to accept it without any interpretation. So we have to understand it as Arjuna understood it. So if we want to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, we have to come to the same conclusion that Arjuna came to. What did he come to? What conclusion he came to after hearing the Bhagavad Gita? What was his conclusion?
Param Brahma, Param Dharma, Param Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatdubam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum.
Yeah,
And
he
more
said,
on
I will act according to your direction. Whatever I accept in truth, everything that you have said, Sarvam etadritad mani, I will accept, I accept it. And my illusion, my doubt is gone. Karishya vachanam tava. I am surrendering to you. I am surrendering.
Vadasi Keshava.
Yanmam vadasi Keshava. Yes, I will do what you say. So that is how we should, if we come to that conclusion, then we have understood Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita is ultimately to make one a devotee of Krishna. Okay. And so we are suffering in this material world. And we are wrongly thinking that, by material advancement, I'll become happy. So unless we serve the Supreme, of whom we are a part, the part cannot be happy. That also. So Prabhupada ultimately concludes in his preface that what is the purpose? What does he say? Prabhupada say, you might have read the preface, so I'm asking those who have read. What does he say about the success of writing Bhagavad Gita? When it will be successful?
Even when they make one pure devotee.
Mission is
Yeah.
successful.
Yes. Even if one person becomes a pure devotee of the Lord by reading this Bhagavad Gita as it is, pure devotee, if one becomes a pure devotee of the, then whatever I have attempted to write Bhagavad Gita as it is, I'll consider it as a success. Okay, so that is the thing. So any comments so far? Okay, so that is the preface. Then we have introduction. So let's go through the prayers. These are important prayers. Let me share my screen. So we should all know these prayers. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvei Namaha. So before we do anything, we offer respects to our spiritual master. Agyan means
Ignorance.
Darkness.
ignorance. And Timira means darkness. Andhasya means andha.
Blind.
Yeah. So basically it says, I was blinded by the darkness of ignorance. And then I was blinded by the darkness of ignorance. Jnananjana. Anjana is what? Anjana.
Eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah, it is like the ointment, Anjan, right? Jnanan. So you apply the ointment of knowledge. Shalakaya. Shalakaya is like a stick. It is used to cure the blindness. So in cataract or something like that, there is Shalakaya. And Chakshurun militam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha. So my Guru, he opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance. How? By applying the ointment of knowledge to my eyes, so I could see. So I offer my respects to such a Guru. So that is what this means.
I
Then
think in this verse it says that the torch of knowledge.
yeah, the torch exactly is that Shalakaya. Shalakaya is like a instrument which is used to apply ointment to the eyes. So it is translated like that, torch of knowledge, but yeah. So that you can see. So when you have light, then you can see. So I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. So he shined the torch like in a dark place. So this is the torch of knowledge. So he cured my blindness by giving me knowledge. So I offer my respectful obeisance unto him. When will Rupa Goswami Prabhupada? Okay, so the next verse. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. Manobhishtam means one who understood the mind of Lord Chaitanya. Who is that? Rupa Goswami. So when will that Rupa Goswami, who understood the mind of Lord Chaitanya, and he has a mission, Sthapitam means to establish, in this Bhutale. Bhutale means in this planet Earth. So when will he give me Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam? Kada means when. Dadati means to give. And Swa Padantikam. So Pada means feet, and Antikam means to be close to the feet. So when will he give me shelter under his lotus feet? Because Rupa Goswami understood the mind of Lord Chaitanya. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Is there any pastime we discussed where Rupa Goswami knew the heart of Lord Chaitanya?
I think he wrote one verse, right? One or two words, where he knows the heart of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu when me, then he says that, how do you know that I was, I don't remember that verse, I forgot that, but yeah, he understood the mind of the Mahaprabhu,
Yeah, during
with
Rath
the
Yatra,
gopis.
during Rath
Yeah.
Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was reciting a verse and nobody understood the meaning. Then Rupa Goswami, he wrote a verse after the Rath Yatra was over and Lord Chaitanya came to he would visit Rupa Goswami every day, and he wrote a verse and he put it in the roof of his hut. And then one day, Rupa Goswami was not there when Lord Chaitanya came, and then he took that verse and he said, "Oh, this verse I was reciting, how did Rupa Goswami know what was in my mind?" And what was that verse? It was about Krishna, Radharani telling Krishna that, you come back to Vrindavan and, we want to enjoy the enjoyment you find in Vrindavan, you don't find anywhere else. So you please come back to the bank of Yamuna in your form as a cowherd boy. We don't like to see you in this king dress with so many royal opulence and so many soldiers. So in that way, Rupa Goswami is considered the father, the pioneer of Krishna consciousness movement, because he understood. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him and Sanatana Goswami also at the Shashwamedh Ghat, like that. So the next verse. Okay, so Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Vande means offering respects. So I'm offering my respects to Guru. Guru means the spiritual master, which can be Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, like that. And Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam, the lotus feet, Pada Kamalam. Shri Gurun, Gurun means plural, Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. So many other spiritual masters and all the Vaishnavas, like that. Gurun is plural. And Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam. Agraja means what? Rupam and Agraja. Who is Sagra Jatam?
Elder brother.
Hmm.
Agraja who born first. I mean, the big brother, older brother.
Elder.
Elder brother.
Elder brother.
Elder brother. So this Sagra Jatam refers to
Same. I mean,
Alankar Prabhu.
Sahaja.
With elder brother.
Yeah. But who is it? Who's the elder brother?
Sanatan
Sanatan
Rupam
Goswami.
Sagra Jatam.
Sanatan Goswami.
Sanatan.
Yes, Sanatan Goswami. Along with Sahagana, Raghunathan Vitam, Tam Sajivam. So along with Raghunath Das Goswami, right? And Tam Sajivam, with Jivam is
Jeev Goswami.
Jiva Goswami. Sadvaitam. So this is Advait. So he's going, first we offer respects to our gurus and all the Vaishnavas. Then we offer respects to Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunathan Vitam means his associates, Raghunath Das Goswami, Tam Sajivam, and to Jiva Goswami. And then he comes to the six Goswamis, which Raghunath Das Goswami, all the six Goswamis. Then he comes to the Panchatattva. Sadvaitam Savadhutam. So Advaitacharya, who is Avadhutam,
Nityanand Prabhu.
Nityananda Prabhu. And Parijana Sahitam. So that means all the associates of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaitacharya. Krishna Chaitanya Deva. So others are included. Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Thakur. And then to Krishna Chaitanya and to Radha and Krishna, along with the Sahagana, Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha. So when we recite this verse, in our mind, we should remember all this. The six Goswamis, the Panchatattva, Radha Krishna, Lalita, Vishakha, and all the Ashtasakhis like that who are accompanying Lalita and Vishakha. Okay, so that is that verse. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu. This we know. What does Sindhu mean?
Ocean.
And Krishna is Karuna Sindhu. He's an ocean of
Mercy.
mercy. Yeah. Dina Bandhu. Deen means what?
Poor.
Poor.
Humble.
Yeah, poor. Yeah. Is the friend of the distressed, poor. So if you're poor, you're distressed. Dina Bandhu, or like that. Jagat Pate, you are the Lord of the universe. Gopesha. Gopesha means Gopa Isha, the master of all the cowherd men.
Gopis.
No, not Gopi. Gopa Isha. So Gopa is the cowherd man.
Cowherd
The
man.
master of the cowherd man, Gopa. Gopika is coming. Gopika Kanta. So Krishna is an ocean of mercy. He is the friend of the distressed. He is the Lord of the universe. He is the master of all the Gopas. Gopa Isha. Gopesh. Gopika Kanta. He is the Kanta means the beloved. So we have Radha Kanta. Right? There is a name for Krishna, Radha Kanta. So Gopika Kanta. He is the beloved or lover of the gopis. Radha Kanta Namostute and of Radharani. Okay. Tapta Kanchana. Tapta means what?
Molten.
Tapta means, yeah, melted.
Molten.
Melted gold, molten gold. Gaurangi, whose limbs are very fair.
Fair.
Yeah, Tapta Kanchana Gaurang. Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. So Radharani is the Vrindavaneshwari. She is the queen of Vrindavan. And she's the daughter of,
Vishwanu.
Vishwan.
and who is the mother?
Kirtida.
Kirtida.
Pranamami Hari Priye. So I'm offering my respects to, she's very dear to Krishna. Hari Priye. Like Hari Priya is the name, right? Ram Prakash Prabhu's daughter. Hari Priya. Or is it Vishnu Priya? Okay. Anyway. So Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Then this is, one time Dravida Prabhu was telling me, you don't say Vancha. Vancha means, he said cheating. So if you don't say the long A, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. So Vancha is like desire. So Kalpataru is the desired tree. So this is describing Vaishnavas. Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So they are like desired trees, the Vaishnavas, and they are an ocean of mercy. And they are purifying everybody. Patitanam Pavanebhyo. Patit means fallen. Pavan means purification. So Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And then Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasri Gaur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Okay, so how many Upanishads are there?
108.
108 Upanishads. Do we have time to read all the 108 Upanishads?
No.
It depends on the people.
Yeah, we
If
can't
anybody
read.
wants.
So where is the essence of all the Upanishads?
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. What does Upanishad mean?
Shruti. Shruti.
What is the literal meaning of the word Upanishad?
Instructions.
Sit near.
Yes.
Yeah. The knowledge that is gotten
The-
sitting close to the spiritual master. Upa means near.
Sitting.
Yeah.
Shad means sitting close to the spiritual master. Whatever knowledge you get, that is Upanishad. So Gita is Upanishad. Why? Because Arjuna got the knowledge sitting close to Krishna. Krishna is a spiritual master. Okay, so we'll just touch on the introduction a little bit. We'll not go through the whole, we'll finish the introduction, but we'll take parts of it. You have already read it. So, but this introduction is very powerful. It gives the whole essence. Everything that you need to know is there in the introduction. Like Prabhupada said, which Bhagavatam is sufficient? Which cantos are sufficient? In the 18, 12 cantos, which cantos are
Second
sufficient?
I
First
think
two cantos.
First and
yeah,
second canto.
first, second. Mhm.
First and second canto are the two lotus feet of the Lord. They are sufficient for perfection if you just understand the first and second canto. Similarly, this Bhagavad Gita, amongst all the Upanishads, if you understand this, you attain perfection. Of course, Bhagavad Gita is direct philosophy in a very concise form. And then that philosophy is expanded upon in the Bhagavatam and the Chaitanya Charitamrita, like that. So, okay. So then Prabhupada says, yeah, you have to take medicine according to the direction of the doctor. You cannot take whenever you like. You have to take according to the dosage, and you cannot take it according to your own whims. So we should take the medicine according to how directions as Krishna has given us. And the first thing he establishes is that Krishna is God. So what does Brahma say? So you have to see everybody, right? How Krishna is established as God. So where Brahma says Krishna is God,
Ishvara Param Krishna, Sachidanand Vigraha.
Anadi Radhi
Anadi
Govinda.
Radhe Govinda, Sarva Karan Karan.
And every
Even
Brahma Samhita ends with Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Brahma says that. Then Shankar Bhagwan, where does he say that? These are all the great demigods. They've all accepted Krishna as supreme. Anything where Shankar Bhagwan says, you may not know the verse, but Shankar Bhagwan says what? Of all kinds of worship, Vishnu worship is the best.
Vishnu, yeah. Vishnu.
Worship. Yes. So he says that if you read Brahma Samhita, everybody's position is described in there. Durga Devi. What is Durga Devi's position? Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, like the maintenance, creation, destruction, everything is carried on by Durga Devi, who is a shadow potency. Chayeva yasya bhuvanani bibarti Durga. But she is acting ichhanu rupam api yasya cheshtate sa govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. Like that, Ganesh position is described. How does he? Yat pada pallava yuga vinithaya kumbha dvandve samana dvandve pranames ganadi raja samay ganadi raja vignan vihantu malamasya jagatrayasya govindamadi purusha. So all the Brahma Samhita gives everything. And who is Shankar? Shiram yatha dadi vikara vishesha yogat. How curd milk gets transformed into curd. So that Lord Shiva is like that. And all the great acharyas have accepted Krishna as the supreme. Shankaracharya has written Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Ramanujacharya has accepted. Madhvacharya, Nimbark Swami, everybody has accepted Krishna as the supreme. And in the Bhagavatam also, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam.
Eti Jam Sakala Pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagwan Se. Indrari Bakulam Lokam Vidanti Yuge.
Yes.
In Chaitanya Charitamrita also, right? Ekele Ishwara Krishna are Samvrit. Yare Aichina Chai Se Taichina.
Yes. Everywhere. Krishna is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is speaking. So how much we should take it seriously. So then, who did Krishna speak this knowledge to? Then it is described, he spoke it first to
Sun God.
Sun God.
Yeah.
And then Sun God explained it to
Manu.
Ikshvaku Manu.
Manu. Brahm. Manu.
Imam
Manu.
Vivashvate Yogan Proktavan Aham Avyam Vivashvan Manave Praha. So he spoke it to his
Vishnu.
son, Manu, and Manur Ikshvakave Bravit. So like that, it is coming down in a disciplic succession. But what happened? Due to influence of time, this knowledge was lost. So Krishna is saying, I am telling you the same knowledge again that I spoke to Sun God before. Right? He's saying that
Yeah.
I spoke
Evam
this.
parampara praptam imam rajarsha vidusa kale nimata yognastha parantapa.
It's on the screen. The verse is there on the screen. So
Okay,
this
I'm not
Prabhupada is,
seeing this screen from.
okay, no, I'm just saying. So all these verses Prabhupada is quoting in the introduction. And he's saying that what is the qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita? First, he establishes that. Why Krishna is telling this knowledge to Arjuna? Because Krishna is saying, you are my bhakta,
And devotee and friend.
you are my devotee and friend. And in 9th chapter, does anybody remember? What does he say? Why am I telling this knowledge to you? Because you are
You are
You are
my champion, not
non-envious.
envious.
not envious of me. Yeah. Idam te tu guhyatamam pravakshyami anusuyate. I'm telling this knowledge because you're not envious of me. So all these qualities, if we have, we should be non-envious of Krishna. We should be a devotee of Krishna. We should be a friend to Krishna. Then we can understand this knowledge. Otherwise, it is rahasya. It is a very secret thing. You cannot understand this knowledge. That's what. So these are nice verse. If you want to memorize, we'll have a whole series of verses that we have to memorize. But for Bhagavad Gita, so Prabhupada says he tells Arjuna that he's relating the supreme secret to him because Arjuna is his devotee and his friend. So we should not think Krishna is ordinary. We should not be envious. We should accept him as Supreme Lord. And this Bhagavad Gita is especially meant to understand Bhagavad Gita, we have to have devotion. So the best way to understand Bhagavad Gita is to learn from a devotee who accepts Krishna as God, who has devotion to Krishna. So from that person, we can understand Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so then he talks about how different devotees have different relationships with the Lord. Shantaras, what are the different? Let me unshare my screen so then I can ask. What are the 5
Dasya,
rasas in which one serves the Lord?
Shanta Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya,
Madhurya.
Madhurya. Yeah.
Madhuri. And you want to explain each one? What does it mean? What does Madhurya mean?
Conjugal relationship, like gopis and Radharani have this relationship. It's Shantaras is like all the paraphernalia of the Lord, like flute, flower garland, all these are serving in Shantaras.
Yes.
I can explain others also if you want.
Yeah, that's let's see. Sakhya. Sakhya means what?
In
Sakhya
friendship, like cowherd friends, other friends are serving in Sakyas. In friendly relationship, Das is servant. Like I mean, service is on all there, but
let's ask
and
Sita
Vatsan.
Vallabi. Let's ask Sita Vallabi. What is Swarup Siddhi? Prabhupada defines Swarup Siddhi. What is Swarup Siddhi? Sita Vallabi.
I don't know, Prabhu.
Okay. You read the introduction?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. So let's ask Amarnath Krishna Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu, I don't know.
Swarup Siddhi. Okay. Let's ask Alankar Prabhu.
The original constitutional position of oneself.
Yeah, that is, we are servant of Krishna. Original.
So knowing that.
Huh?
To knowing that your Swarup Siddhi, your eternal position, your eternal identity.
Identity in the spiritual world, how you serve Krishna in the spiritual world. Yeah. Yes, as a Gopa or whatever. So that is called Swarup Siddhi, Prabhupada says. Siddhi means perfection, perfection to know our Swarup, who we are. So, should we think that I am a friend or I am a gopi, or should we think like that? I am a gopa.
According to our parampara, it's a
Krishna
mode of
remains.
servant of servant of servant.
Yeah. So
We
should we
cannot
act like a
think.
gopi? Should we act like a gopi or a gopa?
No.
What do you say? No? Why not?
Then it becomes sahajya.
Well, can you explain what is sahajya?
Basically, or I mean, pretender, they not really having that mood, but pretending to be something that you're not, just to experience that bhav.
Sahaj means cheap. So one who takes things very cheaply. He thinks I am a gopi now, so I act as a gopi. You cannot know your swarup until you become free from all anarthas. So if you are um, acting like as if you are an advanced devotee, but inside you have all material desires, it doesn't fly in devotional service, because Krishna knows, and we can pretend and we can act like that I am very advanced. Sahajiyas, they do like that. They show that they have a lot of affection and they have tears in their eyes, they cry like that. But Prabhupada says such crying washes away the conclusion of the scriptures. So if you're crying and your heart is not pure, and you're just showing that, then actually you're just making a show. So devotional service, show doesn't work. We have to be genuine, because we can cheat some people for some time, but we can cheat some people all the time, right? They say we can cheat all the people, but you cannot cheat Krishna. So that is why we have to be genuine about our devotional service. And wherever we are situated, we should know in our heart, yes, I have these anarthas, and we should not pretend something which we are not. So that is very important. Okay. So then Prabhupada talks about how Arjuna accepted Krishna. And Prabhupada says, oh, Arjuna is friend of Krishna. So he may say, oh, he's flattering his friend. No. That's why Arjuna gives the evidence. No. Not only I, but Narad Muni, Asita, Devala, Vyas,
Yes.
all these other sages also have accepted you as the Supreme Person. And now you are yourself telling it to me. So I accept. So I accept everything that you have told to me in truth. Otherwise, it becomes like half-end logic, right? Ardha Kukuti Nyay. We take this part and we don't like this part. So that way it doesn't work. Okay, so that is what it is saying here. So I should take everything you say to be true. Sarvam etad ritad manye. I accept everything you say to be true. So then we may think, sometimes I don't understand, right? If Krishna says something, I don't understand. So we can park our doubts. We don't have to say, okay, I accept it. Maybe it is true, but I don't understand how it is true. So we can park our doubts and then continue practicing devotional service. And as our heart becomes pure, those doubts may go away, or we can ask our doubts um, to some higher, superior, advanced devotee. And when they explain, then those doubts can also go away. Or when our heart becomes pure, then so many things we can perceive which we cannot understand in our contaminated state. So we should not reject it. Something that like somebody I was saying that in Satya Yuga they lived 100,000 years, right? Some people have a problem with that. How in Satya Yuga somebody can live for 100,000 years? But what do we know? We don't know anything, right? So people have doubts about all these things. 100,000 years, 100 years only we can't live. You're talking about 100,000 years. So there are many fantastic descriptions in the Shastra. And it's very, like they say, I was hearing, Varahadev was so huge. Varahadev, who killed Hiranyaksha, the pore of his body was so huge. The one pore of his body was so huge that all the oceans of the world can get filled. That hole can accommodate all the oceans that are there. He was so huge. Now we may say how it is possible. And that Varahadev, Krishna is the source of Varahadev, and Yashoda takes a bucket of water and puts on him and bathes him, and his bath is over. So so many inconceivable things are there in the Shastra. How can Varahadev, now we may say it is exaggeration, but that is how it is described because we have no experience. And that is why many people cannot accept this Bhagavad Gita or fantastic descriptions in Bhagavad Gita that are described. Okay, so Prabhupada says this nice statement. The person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita, we should at least theoretically accept Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. So first of all, we should know that I'm a fool. I don't know anything. I'm a fool. When we think I know everything, it is not also about knowledge. It is about realization. So I don't know anything. We may know theoretically so many verses and things, but how much realization we have. So we should know I'm actually a fool. And then you can learn. Then you can understand. And then you can take this knowledge inside your heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also presented himself as a fool before his spiritual master. Like that. So we have to think I'm a fool. I don't know. In that submissive, then you're humble. When you are humble, then you are submissive. Then you can understand Bhagavad Gita. So what is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Is to deliver mankind from the nations of material existence. So we are in this ignorance about who we are. We don't know what is this universe, where we have come from, where we will go after this life. What is the purpose of this life? So Bhagavad Gita is telling us all that thing. Prabhupada says our very existence is in the atmosphere of non-existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existence. Our existence is eternal. But somehow or other we are put into asat. Asat refers to that which does not exist. So the sat has been put into an asat environment. So in this body. So that is the problem. It's an incompatible situation. If we are sat, we belong to the sat. So unless we ask questions, who we are, why am I suffering, then human life does not begin. That is called Athado Brahma Jigyasa. Prabhupada is saying. So unless we inquire, and Arjuna was such a student, he says, definitely tell me what I should do. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma samudha chetaha yat shreyansya nishitam bruhi tanme shishyastiham sadhimam tvam prapannam. 2.7 Bhagavad Gita, right? He says, I don't know what is, you instruct me. I'm a disciple surrendered unto you. Now you tell me what I should do. I don't know anything. So we have to put aside. Now, sometimes we say, don't surrender your intelligence, but surrender with your intelligence. Right? They say, don't surrender your intelligence, but surrender with your intelligence. So, like that, it is also said. So we have to see what Krishna is saying and how it is true. Okay. So, question is, Arjuna is a pure devotee. So how can he be in ignorance? How can he be in doubt?
Yog Maya.
He was put into the ignorance. So
Krishna
he was not in.
Yes. Arjuna was put into ignorance, Prabhupada says. Being an associate of Lord Krishna, Arjuna was above all ignorance. But Arjuna was put into ignorance on the battle of Kurukshetra to question Lord Krishna about the problems of life so that the Lord could explain them for the benefit of future generations of human beings and chalk out the plan of life. Then he talks about the 5 different things that are. What are the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita? Charuta can tell us. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Okay, now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was wearing earphones. The 5 topics are Kala, Karma, Ishvara, Jiva, and Prakriti. So Kala refers to time. Krishna says Kalosme, he is time. Karma is cause and effect. Um, Jiva is living entities. Ishvara is the Lord or controller. And Prakriti is material nature.
Okay. So he has analyzed and then he has brought all of them together, how all of them interact. So there are 5 topics and how they are synthesized, how they work together. So, so our karma fructifies based on time, right? We do so many activities in this material nature, which results in karma, which fructifies with time. And who is giving the results of karma? The Supreme Lord is giving the results of karma, and we are the jiva. So how this whole cosmic manifestation, how under the influence of time, this material nature comes and goes. So like that. So also I'm going to give questions for NOI this week. So we will have that going also. I'm preparing, I'm not fully finished. Okay, so there are 5 topics, and of all the 5, which is eternal and which is temporary?
Karma is temporary
Karma is temporary. Why it is temporary?
because it keeps on changing. And
It can be destroyed.
Krishna can dissolve it. Yeah.
Karma
resolve.
can
Yeah.
be destroyed. Yeah. Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. In the Brahma Samhita, it is described how karma can be destroyed. You might know this verse, aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukham krameneva praliyeta vishnur bhakti ratatmanam. This is quoted in Bhagavad Gita. How all our karma is destroyed by doing bhakti. If we surrender to Krishna, all pap is destroyed. And not only pap is destroyed, the desire to commit pap, the reactions to our past pap is destroyed, but also the desire to commit pap is also destroyed. By that we will see in the Gita Mahatmya at the end, Prabhupada will say. So there is Ishvara, that is Supreme Lord, and we are part of the Ishvara. We are considered part and parcel. Who can explain part and parcel? What does part mean?
Yeah.
It's the quality is same, but the quantity is very small compared.
Part implies?
It's like we are all, like Krishna is within us and we are also separate from us.
Yeah. So part implies oneness, right? Or separateness rather. And parcel implies oneness. So we are one with Krishna, but we are separate from Krishna. That philosophy is called what?
Achintya Bheda Bheda.
Achintya Bheda. This is the most important thing to know, that we are, sometimes people ask, you are Dvaitas or Advaitas? What would you say? Are you Dvaita or Advaita?
Neither.
Dvaita.
Both.
Advaita.
We are both. We are Dvaita and Advaita both. Right? So Madhvacharya said like this too. We are two Dvaita. There is not only one. Shankaracharya says Advaita. And then Ramanujarya says Vishishta Advaita. We are like one and different. So like that. Achintya Bheda Bhed. Specific oneness. There is so different philosophies are there in different parampara. So like that. We'll talk about this when we come to the. So we are both Dvaita and Advaita because we are one, and so karma means we are suffering the results of our activities. Some karma has fructified. What is it called? It's already fructified. Prarabdha. Some karma is waiting to fructify. Prarabdha. Some karma is very like subtle in the form of a seed. It is called
Kuta and Bija.
Bija and Kutam.
Mhm.
So just like, for example, a desire comes first. So that inclination comes, I want to steal. That is how karma works. First, the inclination comes. I will rob a bank, or I will steal this from this place. So that is called the kutam. Kutam means like very very subtle desire. It just comes in your mind. Then you start planning. Then it becomes like a seed. So now you say, on this day, I will commit this theft, and you make a plan. So it becomes like it has now become a seed. And then you actually carry out the stealing. And then finally you get the result. So then it becomes stealing means you're now committed a karma, prarabdha. So now you're going to get the reaction for it. So like that, it destroys everything, even that sinful tendency that is going to come in your heart. If you become a pure devotee of the Lord, kutam bijam, all these things are destroyed. The sinful desires are also taken away. That's the beauty of devotional service. Now we may say how, when that will happen. So it will happen if we keep. So karma is temporary. Okay, so we go back, fast forward a little bit, and the whole material world is moving under Krishna's direction. So all karma is coming by the will of the Lord. Okay, so it's almost 9 o'clock.
But this is like you said, the thing which comes into our mind, that is the good. So
Kutam.
if it is like sometimes sins are not committed intentionally, which like it's like a seed, but it can happen accidentally. So is there any word for that?
Accidental.
Sins, yeah. Accidental
Accidental
means
sin means like, okay, I'm walking and I walk on a ant, right?
yeah,
I'm
it can.
so
It
I
can
didn't
be
want
even
to kill.
little more serious than that, but
Yeah.
not intentional.
Yeah. Can you give an example of an accidental sin?
Oh, it's like I mean, the kids like ignoring their parents, or hurting their parents, or a friend hurting a friend. It can happen in relationship. It can happen even in a certain burst of emotion.
Hmm. Yeah, so they are not like, I mean, if you do violence, obviously, then in the mind they say the papa is not considered very, but if you dwell on it, it will give you a result. So in Kali Yuga, they say the sins committed in the mind are not considered until you give it a form, like an action. So, so yeah, and of course you say some words and somebody that may not be a sin because your intention was not to hurt that person, but that other person took it in another way. So it's not like, yeah, intention also matters.
Yeah, but violence also happens accidental in a way that it can be just a burst of emotion, not
Yeah, that is every.
intending.
So, like if I become angry and I kill somebody, you say, "I in the fit of anger, I killed somebody. It was just a fit of emotion, like that." Yeah.
No,
So,
not killing, but at least hitting can happen.
yeah, hitting or killing can also happen like that. Like people get into a quarrel, then suddenly they take out a knife and stab each other. Oh, just I didn't really mean it actually. So you hit or something like that. So you have to be careful. These are called urges. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam. So everything happens because of our past conditioning also. We have a certain kind of mindset, right? And certain kind of mentality we come with in this world. So it is our doing only that we have got this mentality. So it triggers. Even a little thing can trigger, right? So
For example, I'll give you a little detail. Like for that, I heard that once, and this is a real example. I mean, real life thing, that some people in South India, they were traveling by a boat,
Mm.
and suddenly, it was already told by the boatman that don't put your hand into the waters, otherwise there was like lot many crocodiles were there. So but the one child, he put his hand into the waters, and now the crocodile came and caught his hand. The boatman said that you have to leave the child, otherwise the boat will tumble down and all the people will be drowned and crocodiles will eat all of them, because there were lot many crocodiles. So in that case, the mother tried to save, but it was very difficult to save the child. The hand was hold, by the crocodile. So she left the child, and everyone was screaming that if you don't leave the child, then we all will die. So the mother had to leave. So is that called a sin on part of the mother or parents?
Yeah, it's a very tricky situation, right? That the
Yes.
child. So, what do you say? Let's see what everybody says. What Allah.
Gajendra's family left him.
Hmm.
Gajendra was stranded alone.
So it was a sin or not?
No, it's not a sin. They have their own relation, like karma. It's bound to happen.
The difference that Gajendra was very mighty, he was majestic, he was himself very opulent, had a lot of opulences. Here, this was a child, totally dependent on his parents. His child around 3-4 years old.
But Gajendra, in that situation, Gajendra was also helpless. Even though they fought for so many, and relatives tried to help,
It's
right?
the same. It's the same situation, right? If the parent is caught, the child is still gonna suffer without parents, and if the children are gone, the parents will think that okay, I should have saved, or I could have done something differently. So
I mean, it is very difficult that the situation Mataji was explaining. But the thing is that there's a two the two sides. There are a lot of people's life and there is one son life. Of course, for mother is everything for mother. I cannot compare that. The why mother definitely wants to save the child. First thing that if child was very young, so mother should take care of her. That he should not put the water, should not touch the water. Um, First thing is that this is the parents' responsibility to take care of that. If some caution and warning was given on the first place, then the parents should be very cautious about that. Second thing that if the situation somehow it happened, then either she has to think about the other's life also. They are also part and parcel of Krishna, and either she has to save anyway. If she will going to lose everyone, if crocodile can eat everyone, then nobody will live, and then she has to decide something. So this is a very tricky situation, but not generally this happens, um, such things. So you cannot take that.
sin, the
Can I
definition of
say
sin.
something?
Go ahead, Mother Mary.
Yeah, it's not a sin because our duty is to save our soul also, because that was out of her hand that she cannot save her son because he's already crocodile caught him. But she has a duty to save her soul. So it's not a sin. She needs to take care of herself now and other people. So God gives us that soul that we need to protect, I think that's it's not a sin.
Okay.
I heard Prabhu, I read like family को बचाने के लिए, to save family, one life can be sacrificed. To save a village, one family can be sacrificed. To save a country, a village can be sacrificed. So it is something like that is situation.
Yes, that is there too. And for the service of God, everything can be sacrificed.
Yeah.
So that is there.
But
So
in this situation, it's not possible that she can save because it's already gone
It could
by
have
her hand.
prevented, right?
That's
Like
why she
when.
sacrificed his son.
So again, Prabhu, so the thing is, it sin or not? What is the definition of sin? What is a sin? Sin is anything you do, any actions that's performed which is against the principles of scriptures, right? So now already everything that we are doing, turning away from Krishna is the biggest crime that we made. And then all these are, so it also matters if the boat is full of devotees or not. They are all souls, but okay, somebody maybe, okay, you say, let's save all the people, but now they're all criminals. So now they will perform more crimes. Now they do enable them to do more crimes, and let this boy go who could have been a pure devotee. So
So many possibilities.
that's why karma is very complicated, and we cannot. Krishna knows.
Yes. Okay, so
I think ultimately it's not our job to judge like what is right, what is wrong. Like it's for Krishna to decide, right?
Krishna will, yeah, of course, Krishna gives us scriptures and he says you should act according to the direction of scriptures. So some things are very obvious. We should not eat meat, this, that, so many things. So let's focus on those. Like these are all like once in a blue moon scenario, which happens. And so we don't have to worry about. Let's first do and then if we are devotees, they say Krishna will give us the intelligence in the heart at that point on how we should act. So that is
And we
all.
can say that if Krishna wants to kill, then nobody can save. If that boy has destined to kill by this way, that is a story, right?
Yeah.
When he was seeing a cow or maybe parrot, some bird, Garuda was saying, Yamraj was saying that, oh, this parrot should be killed on like very far away from somewhere other place. And how he will go. And when that bird was seeing the Yamraj, she says that, and when Garuda approaches and she said, actually Garuda was seeing that Yamraj is seeing that parrot. And then he goes to that, I will save you. And he put the parrot and across the like many oceans and put him in a very solitary place. But that was the place that where she was destined to die. So if somebody is destined to die, we say that, Mare Krishna, Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe ke. If anybody is destined to die, then die. Some people are dying the even they pay money and they die. Like we had the incident, like the plane was crashed, and if anybody has to die in that crash, then they pay money for their own death. So is only Krishna can save us and only Krishna can kill us. So it's all depend on
Prabhu,
Krishna.
Prabhu, I want to say something. We know that when in Mahabharata, the when happens Abhimanyu went for the battle, Krishna knows that he is going to die, so he didn't do anything because that is the destiny that is supposed to be happen like that. So we think in a one way that we can save somebody. It's not in our hand. It is Krishna. He decides somebody to be saved or somebody to be die. It will happen. It's just an we are a nimitta, just a reason. That's it.
Yeah, that is there. But at the same time, like Prabhupada says, that when Draupadi was being disrobed, right, or attempted to be disrobed, Bhishma and Drona, they all remained silent. So for that, he writes in one purport that they were liable to be killed. So so sometimes we can do, sometimes we cannot do some things. Yeah. And according to karma, things are happening, as you are saying, right? Krishna knows everything, that he knew Abhimanyu is going to die. What is the outcome of going in the universal form? Only he's showed everything, right? Who is going to live? All the others are going to die. So it was already known. But yeah, so we have to do our part, whatever we can do, if we can, because karma is going to take its own course also. Prabhupada said one time that, there are so many programs for alleviating hunger, but still people are going hungry.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, still people are going hungry. There are so many programs because he says it's their karma, because they have done something in their, that doesn't mean somebody suffering. we say it's your karma, we don't do anything. No, but you cannot counteract the karma that you are going to have unless if you become a devotee. Of course, Krishna can change the karma, but just because we decide that okay, it should go like this, it doesn't mean that the karma will change. It may change. It may be our karma to save that person, but sometimes the karma is such that yeah, it has to take its course. So Krishna allows that to happen. So it's a very complex thing. Right? So even we desire it, we may not save. Like there is a verse in the Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj says, sometimes there is the best medicine and the patient still best doctor, but still the patient dies. Sometimes parents take care of their child very nicely, but the child still dies. And sometimes a person, he drowns in the ocean, right? Even though he's on the best boat. So he cannot save a drowning person. So until Krishna sanctions, things cannot happen. But we have to do our part as much as we can. That's it, based on whatever knowledge we have and like that. Okay, so we are going to stop here. It's already 9 o'clock. But we will continue the remaining tomorrow. So anything else?
I had quickly at some point when you were talking about Bhagavad Gita, that this verse I remind that Ekam Shastram Devaki Putram, Eko Dev Devaki Putre, Eko Mantra Sitasya Namani Yani Karmani. Karma pe ekam tasya devasya. So yeah, that Gita is the only scripture.
That
if
will
one
come
can
in the
do.
end of the introduction.
I didn't see that, Prabhuji, but yeah, just remind that one.
No, we have not finished the introduction. At the end of the introduction, we will discuss Gita Mahatmya. And in that part of Gita Mahatmya, that verse will come. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. Everyone.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Prabhu,
Prabhuji. Hare
tomorrow at the
Krishna.
same time.